Do you believe in fate, God's plan, Kismet? Or maybe you're more so the master of my fate, captain of my soul type. You know, it dates back centuries, this clash of ideologies, otherwise known as free will versus fate. Two sides, one question. Who wins? The answer must lie in the evidence, right? So let's take a look, and then you can decide for yourself which one makes more sense. Side one is the believers. Side two, the non-believers. Side one is backed by quantum physics. Pretty strong to start with. I don't know what can be that, if anything. Side two, show us what you got. Quantum physics. It's quantum physics, you can't expect it to make sense, but I'll try my best to explain. Imagine the sky during Uttarayan, a bunch of kites flying high up in the sky, moving in all kinds of different directions. You're probably looking at something like this. Now, let's take one of these kites and simulate what seem to be its sudden, unpredictable movements. Okay, I think you get the point. Looking at it, the kite's position, I think you'd agree, was random. But while flying a kite, you fail to consider that you're the one holding the spool. You control the string, you guide the kite, and you dictate its direction. It's not so different with particles. See, each one of them moves along a precise path, guided by an invisible wave. So the kite becomes a particle, and you, an invisible wave. Einstein agrees with us. What this tells us is that particles have definite positions and trajectories. Everything is already decided. Say, it's interesting, honestly. Everything is already set in motion. Think of those toy cars we used to have, the ones where you pull back and let go so they move forward. Well, this pullback, it happened long before you or I ever existed. We're simply seeing it unfold. Every meal you'll have, every grade you'll receive, every call with your family that lives far away, every inside joke with your friends, every high, every low, it's pre-written. You can't cheat it. There is no escape. All roads lead to Rome. Now, I don't know about you, but I have mixed feelings about this whole determinism ordeal. What do you mean I lost that one chance to win a gold just because it wasn't meant to be? Who are you to tell me that? Why do anything at all then? It's going to happen either way. That assignment you've been putting off, if it's meant to happen, it will, anyhow. Why am I speaking? Why are you listening? Why am I here? Why are you? Just because our guiding waves brought us here? That's ridiculous. Come on. The day you are going to die is fixed. Could be 50 years from now, or maybe 10. Maybe even tomorrow. And there's nothing you can do about it. But what if there is? Maybe some of you have heard this before. Yeah, that's the first sound you hear opening Clash Royale, Supercell's absolute hit game. In Clash, whenever you win, you get a chest. It looks like this. What I want you to see here are these 4 question marks at the bottom. They're there because the chest spins 4 times. And at that point, what's inside could be anything. Could be gold coins, could be gems, cards, or champion cards. That's the one you really want. But you don't actually know what you're going to get until you tap that screen for a 4th time. Only then does it go from all possibilities to just one, your final reward. Turns out, quantum physics is pretty much the same as Clash. See, at a microscopic level, particles don't have definite properties. They exist in a cloud of all possible states, all together, a superposition, and when observed, collapse into one. Now, remember I told you about galaxies? Well, the thing about galaxies is that they're huge, so they don't behave the same way as these particles. But this example itself was pretty oversimplified, so here's what we're going to do. Maybe some of you haven't had the pleasure of experiencing ultimate rage bait in the form of cartoons, fighting and screaming. Now I'll play an audio and you'll listen to it, okay? This is how particles seem without observation.
Bread.
Need a replay?
Bread.
Okay, I know you think you're hearing something and that's maybe bread or brown, but trust me, it's not. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll say the magic word. Observe. Look at how the audio changes.
Blue.
Was that blue? Let's go again.
Red.
Red. And again.
Blue.
Blue.
Red.
Red.
Blue.
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 Blue. Catching on? The first audio was both these words, red and blue, being said simultaneously. But when we observed, it collapsed. It picked the outcome. What this tells us is that the observers, that's us, become part of the unfolding. Now, let's say you decided to wear black socks tonight, okay? This is probably what went on in your head. See that box? That's your thought. And currently, it's in the cloud of all possibilities. Either you wear black socks or you wear white socks. This guy, name's Ron, new Ron, and he's working hard to package your thought. And so this package goes on and on along the assembly line until right at the very end, when the cloud collapses. That's when you get your thought. That's when you decide to wear black socks. This is libertarianism. Now, we're back to square one, because either everything's controlled or nothing is. This process itself is random. So I think I must confess now, I've kept something from you. A secret third option, compatibility. Much like it sounds, compatibility is about both these ideas being true together, to some extent. It states that even if the universe is fully determined, you're still free, as long as your actions come from your own desires, your own reasoning, and your own intentions. No external coercion. Destination is fixed. Journey depends on your free will. This kind of hits home because most of us here, myself included, are soon going to a very new phase in our lives, college, the real world. And it's comforting to think that maybe, just maybe, with all the choices we make, and with all the ones that we don't, we end up right where we belong. You're here because you belong here, in this moment, here now. Believing or not believing in free will becomes the framework of your perspective of responsibility. Whether you should or not, that's your decision. Well, the your part is debatable. Thank you.